I lived in Madison, Wisconsin for 3 years, and they had this thing called Hippie Christmas, and they would put their furniture on the side of this, like on the road, and you could just drive through neighborhoods and literally furnish your home with the things on the side of the road, which is why I honestly wanted you on today, is to talk more so about like sustainability and stuff like that, because it's something that I am very curious about. I think a lot of people are very curious about, and you know a lot about.
Yeah.
So like, how did you get involved originally with sustainability? When did it pique your interest?
Yeah. So that, it's really just been a whole lifestyle. It's funny because my parents are very modern and they're very, they kind of raised me in a very modern way. And I mean, obviously I'm still pretty modern, but my parents laugh at me because I garden and I sew and I, do a lot of kind of hippie, like new age kind of things. And I don't know. I think everybody kind of tries to go against what their parents raised them to do.
The pendulum swings the other way, for sure.
Yeah. So whether or not it's conscious or not, I, am doing all of these things like, not buying anything new. Yes. Really intentionally living sustainably. Every time my dad comes over to my house, he just completely berates me for not having paper towels.
Sure.
He's like, why do you not have paper towels? Why do you not have enough towels for us? Yeah. Like, I have 4 towels because it's really just me who lives at my house.
Yes.
And
I have 4 towels and there's me and my boyfriend.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't need...
Because towels are $45, Father, if you buy them new.
Exactly.
Which a towel is a towel. It's not like it gets pilled or anything.
I don't need to buy that new, and I don't need to have 15 of them at my house.
True.
So,
unless you're regularly having period sex on white towels,
which
for shame,
that's what bleach is for.
That's what bleach is for, and for shame, you know that you get a red, brown, or black towel for period to lay down during periods.
That is what everyone knows. That
everybody, you know that
they do make period sex towels.
You know that now. Quit getting white towels.
No. They make specific towels for period sex.
I've thought about selling. I have had like hardly any inspiration to ever sell merch, but I thought about selling black towels that were just, this is my period sex towel, embroidered on the bottom.
That's pretty good.
Don't steal my idea. I might still do it. So whenever you talk about buying nothing new, because this is something that I heard a while too. Whenever I first heard that, I was like, what are you talking about? You have to get deodorant. You have to get toothpaste. That's not necessarily what you're talking about. And there are other ways to be more sustainable in that. Could you explain that a little further?
So again, it's a whole lifestyle shift. So even today, like I was at the store and I really needed to get like some spray cleaner for my house, just like surface cleaner. And I didn't get it. I like had it in my hand and I was like, crap, I really need to get this cleaner. But I put it back because I refill my cleaning supplies at Soap KC. If you don't know about it, it's wonderful. I highly recommend Soap KC.
Where is Soap KC?
It's over in, oh my gosh, Waldo.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
That's really centrally located.
Yes, it's amazing. Highly recommend it. Yes, you can get laundry soap there, all types of things.
And when you're talking about, are you talking about whenever you go there, they're minimizing the amount of packaging so that it's like a tablet you're getting to like put with water, or?
So they actually have huge like bins there of just liquid that you can refill like spray bottles with and different things. So they do have the tablets, they do have sprays, they have a bunch of different stuff.
There's lots of different methods.
Yeah, and I've seen
different methods before.
Exactly. You can kind of choose which one kind of fits your needs the best. So yeah, it's just really lifestyle. So it is, everything is so convenient now. It is so easy to just like pick up a plastic bottle of, detergent or whatever at the store. But I'm going to intentionally make my life a little bit less convenient, and go to a local place that I really support and not have that additional plastic bottle.
Yes.
And then on the clothes front, I really, really intentionally do not buy anything new. So when I say that, I mean, not going to like, especially fast fashion brands, Forever 21, H&M. I will rag on those brands. You told me not to rag on someone else, but I definitely will rag on those.
You can rag on those brands if you wish.
So yeah, there are a lot of sustainable companies out there, and I definitely support them if there's something that I really want and need and can kind of save up money for. But most of the time, I'm just buying things used. I go to ATC a lot, get things at estate sales, garage sales. I do like clothing swaps and different things like that. I shop on Poshmark and Depop and Neusoft Bazaar really often.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one.
So it's fashion backwards is Neusoft.
Gotcha.
Weird made up word, but
That's
it's
fun.
It's a wonderful.
I see what they did there.
They really are selective on what brands and what things they allow.
Sure.
Because sometimes Poshmark can get a little like there's a bunch of shit on there.
Yeah.
And you have to really specifically know what you want. So
and not everybody has that verbiage. They're like, I just need pants.
Exactly.
What I don't care about the cut or they just if they try something on, they know what they want. But that could be like a difficult thing for people to navigate.
Totally.
But I love to thrift. I love to go to garage sales. I probably furnish my entire apartment and like all of my things are thrifted, and it's so much fun, especially like whenever you like a more eclectic kind of style. It's fun I love when people come over to my house and they're like, I love your place, where did you get all these things? I'm like, I got them so cheap.
Yeah. Bragging about how cheap you got them, where you found them.
The story behind them, like the people who were having the garage sale, you know what I mean? Or, I got this coat, and whenever I went in the pocket, there was a butterscotch. There was like, or there's a cough drop. Like that's the best moment. Like I know it's a total nerdo thing to do, but I love whenever I find stuff like that. One time I bought a blazer from a garage sale, and there was, a church, like a Christmas pageant pamphlet in the pocket. And I was like, oh, this woman wore this jacket to like her Christmas pageant and probably just got compliments on it and like had the best time. And then I wore it to a show later that night and talked about like IBS and my Diva Cup. And I was like, wow, she would not like this, but you know what?
She was definitely talking about her Diva Cup.
Oh yeah.
In the pew.
Yeah, of course she was. Just bragging about her Diva Cup.
Do you have any like favorite hidden spots or like neighborhoods? Because I will let the cat out of the bag a little bit. North KC is where it's at right now.
Yes. My boyfriend actually lives over in North Kansas City, and we hit up a lot of spots over there.
I won't say specific ones. I'll let you just decide which ones you like.
Yeah.
Because I know what I like. And I've found some real gems, especially like clothes wise. I feel like I used to go to Overland Park and Waldo and stuff like that a lot. But now I mostly just go to North Kansas City. But Blessings Abound for furniture. Holy smokes.
I know.
Have you been to Blessings Abound?
I have not.
It's in Overland Park.
Yeah.
And it's by like the little neighborhood Walmart over there. They have the best furniture. I got a rattan like love seat, and that's like my couch. And I will admit, I have 2 dogs, so the cushions are finally, there's some stuffing popping out by now.
I could fix that for you.
I was going to ask you. So you own a business, and it's Alyx Jacobs Repair, and you mend and darn clothes, which I know all of you are thinking like, oh, okay, you can go to like a dry cleaner will do like a repair. Like, yeah, they'll sew on a button, they'll maybe like fix a hem or something like this, but you create fabric through sewing, which is, if you think about it, wild.
Yeah. And it's
a lost art.
Exactly. I was going to say, it is not a new thing. I'm definitely, not doing anything new. And I think that's kind of the beauty of it is, people used to darn their socks because socks were very expensive. And now
Eleanor Rigby, she's his age.
And now it's just kind of a throwaway item. So I think, being able to invest, initially investing in an item, I don't really buy socks used. I will say that. So there are companies that I go to specifically to buy my socks. So I invest a little bit more money in socks. I'm not just buying Target socks or whatever. But once you invest a little bit more money in them, you want to actually repair them. And that is the same with anything else. I started this business officially in February. I was working at an ad agency and I was trying to do both at the same time. And it was just exhausting. I was not feeling fulfilled at the agency. And I was doing a lot of my sewing while I was on the clock working from home. Hopefully none of them are listening to this, but it's okay. They can't do anything about it now.
Yeah, you don't work there anymore. It's fine.
I got my work done. So I officially quit in February, and I've been doing Alyx Jacobs Repair since, and things are
so cool.
going really well. Yeah,
you have the best setup. People have you have a drop-off box in the front where people can drop off their items and also pick up. Yeah, that's so cute.
Yeah,
all of these. It reminds me so much of this cottage core wave that has hit where, especially during the pandemic, people had the time to maybe try these things that they haven't done before, these time-consuming things like watering plants.
Totally.
Like picking up a hobby, like building furniture, these things that are people. You had a butcher, you had a furniture maker, you had, a welder in town. These are these base skills. I think it's so impressive that you've picked up on something that is invaluable and very interesting. It's something that is very interesting to me. It's something that I try to do. And it's not about being perfect. You know what I mean? There are levels to what some people are able to do as far as being sustainable. But, seeing those examples and trying to implement that as much as you can, that's what it's all about.
Totally. I went through a phase where it was almost crippling with how sustainable I was trying to be. And it's really easy to go 1,000% and kind of kill yourself to try to make this lifestyle. And you're right. You can't be perfect. And it's really just about making small changes every day. But I was going crazy for a long time and almost making my life unlivable, and the people around me. I made my mom cry at Christmas once.
Oh no. I've gone on tangents like that with my mom, admittedly, about stuff like that.
I feel so terrible about it. I will never forgive myself, but
don't say that.
It feels so bad.
The fact that you can look back on that and reflect and be I took that too far. And I'm sorry, I've done that with my mom. Give me a break. So don't be too hard on yourself.
It was about a fucking skirt. I sent her a picture.
It was an ugly fucking skirt, Mom. I'm just kidding.
It was the thing about it. It was, so I sent her a picture of a vintage leather skirt that I had purchased a week before or whatever, a month before. And during Christmas, at Christmas, I opened up a skirt that looked exactly the same. But it was from Express, which is a fast fashion brand. And I was trying so hard to be thankful, but I just this dark cloud came over me, and
was it almost a does she even know me at all sort of thing. And I think that's where in these times and when something like this is based around an issue like the climate crisis and the fact that we are producing more than this earth can hold.
Oh yeah, the world's on fire. We're all gonna die soon.
And I mean that's the narrative, and we passed off as a joke, but it's every day it's getting hotter. It's crazy. And that's what all of this is swirling and you're feeling like that. I mean, give me a break. I would feel the exact same way where then it was just like, do you even know me? Are you kidding me right now? Express.
I know. I was like, come on, Mom.
And I bet your skirt is so much better too.
It was a really cool, suede vintage skirt that I have since grown out of, but whatever.
Bodies change.
Now I can, alter it and change it. But
what would you say? That's something that as a fat person, I have had trouble first of all, finding vintage. That can be something that's super difficult just because a lot of the brand, a lot of those sizes aren't available for larger body people. Yeah. But as far as alterations, what would you, for a skirt, would you just add a piece of fabric in the back?
Totally. There's so many different things you can do. Okay, cool. You can do visible kind of fabric down the side. Sure. You can add stretchy material in the back. There's a bunch of things you can do. So of course there are limitations, right? There's only, and depending on if you're okay
aesthetic
with, right? So, you can always do something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you are so creative. Is this a sack that was repurposed into a shirt?
Yeah, I bought this of Neusoft Bazaar. But yeah, it's a feed sack little shirt off of a vintage seller who makes them.
Incredible.
Yeah. And then overalls I'm going to do what is it? The Bama, whatever. Overalls, Poshmark.
Yes.
This, Neusoft Bazaar.
I have found so many good Carhartts. You can find them in the men's section almost at any thrift store you go to. I stopped getting them because I'm I don't need a third pair of overalls.
Yeah.
Actually, I might, but I think I need to leave them for somebody else. Yeah. There's that mentality with Minnesota people. Have you heard?
No.
They don't take the last of anything. It seems like a northern nice sort of thing. Did you grow up in Kansas City?
I actually grew up in Omaha.
Fun.
But Midwest, same thing.
I love Omaha and I love Lincoln. I've done comedy in both of those cities and they are a lot of fun. There is very good what's the vintage store in Omaha? Something Flying Worm?
Oh, yeah. Wait, I was just thinking of a restaurant in Omaha. Yeah, I think it's Flying Worm.
That place is really cool. It's kind of like an Arizona trading company type of place.
I bought some very cool cowboy boots there when I was in high school.
They have a lot of that. Yeah. A lot of kind of Stevie Nicks inspired thrift and vintage.
I love that.
Have you ever bought thrift or vintage before?
No, so I'm, I shouldn't be in that conversation.
You were being very quiet.
I'm
suspiciously
part of
quiet.
the problem.
I know. Well, and I just had so many questions. That was my error, and I own up to that. But have you ever gone thrifting before?
Not really. Mainly just for costumes and things like that.
Sure.
But that.
But you never found anything for a costume?
No, I did. Yeah.
Okay,
so it's I bought stuff there for sure.
Okay.
But it's I've donated to
Are you
a lot
not
of
talking
stuff.
about what costume it is because it was racist?
I just don't remember what it was. I think it was it would be Ron Burgundy, so that tells you the year.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I got a vintage suit.
With the elbow patches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I love an elbow patch on a blazer.
But no, I do love that you mentioned making just small little changes, because I think some people might be overwhelmed with just being how can I start? And it's it might be something as simple as recycling, or I subscribe to a glass recycling service, little things that you can do. Composting. That's something my dad does a lot. He's got these huge fucking barrels to the side of his house.
So bad, just so I can spin it.
Yeah.
It smells terrible.
I know.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. You might be doing it wrong.
No, I mean, I guess the stuff, he has a container inside the house of stuff that's going to go in the compost. Okay. That stuff smells bad.
Okay.
But no, and but it's cool. And
put worms in it.
Yeah, stuff. But you can grow a garden and stuff. My dad grows, tomatoes and zucchinis and eggplants.
That's so impressive.
Zucchinis, all that shit. So yeah, there's just little things you can do that.
What would you say would be
because if everyone does a little something, then that's big.
Exactly.
What would be 3 things, approachable things you think that are good beginning steps?
I would say try to stop shopping fast fashion. So there's a lot of different things you can look for to indicate if a brand is fast fashion or not, but if they're like having sales all the time, if they come out with, you know, new things all of the time, it's most likely fast fashion. There's like the really big offenders like Shein and H&M and all those, and, you know, Forever 21.
You can often find those things in thrift stores now too. And
Honestly,
they're like $4.
That's like
if
all you can
2
find.
weeks.
It's kind of, I'm getting a little frustrated with it. I can go off on a whole tangent on that, but I feel like I'm fucking shopping at Forever 21 when
Every
I go
time.
to a thrift store now.
Well, honestly, and if those are the things that you're like, if those are the places where you can find your size, try looking at a thrift store literally 2 months after you see it in
Absolutely.
a Target or something. Because I promise you,
Yeah.
this tank top I thrifted. It's Target, but I thrifted it.
Yeah. Okay. That is a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Let's see, just
Agreed.
more agreed. More sustainable in general. Try to eat less meat.
Fair.
I'm not going to go off on a whole like vegan tangent. I'm no longer vegan. I was a pretty strict vegan for a while, but I have since stopped being strictly vegan. But just try to eat less meat. It's, you know, that's one of the like main offenders.
It's the cow farts.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking cows are farting and it's killing the earth. And I'll do a little plug for myself. Fix your clothes.
Yes.
Or get them repaired.
It's honestly like a button. It takes 3 minutes.
Yes.
Look, like and YouTube is a huge, if you need like a little tutorial of how to do things, I've like created little costumes from thrifted items.
Totally.
For comedy shows or whatever. You can you'd be surprised at the things that you are capable of.
Yes.
If you just take a little bit of time, and there's educational things, or you could hire somebody like Alyx.
Exactly. I am very positive that like nothing should be thrown away ever, like especially a piece of clothing. It's really rare that something is too far gone. I've had people bring things to me and they're like, oh, I'm going to throw this away. Like, should I fix this? Is this fixable? And it's kind of insane what you
whole
can
butts
do.
back into jeans. It's
put
incredible.
entire
The work
butts.
that you do. And like for real, if anybody needs something mended, just look at Alyx's page. Tell me where people can follow you to see your work.
So my name is spelled Alyx. So it's just my first and last name, Alyx Jacobs, on Instagram. And from there, you can find my website and you can book an alteration or repair on my website.
I love that.
That's so cool.
This has been so fun talking with you. It's something that I'm like very curious about. So I just basically got to like have a consultation.
Did you say the name of your website?
The website is just alexjacobsrepair.com.
Easy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I try to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom. That was a fun episode.
That was. Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with us,
Yeah.
Alyx.
Thank you guys so much.
We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.